Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most infamously legendary beefs in the history of hip-hop.
They know they can't shine if I'm around the rhyme.
Number 10, Gucci Mane versus Jeezy. The year was 2005, and the rapper, then known as Young Jeezy, was working on his third LP, Let's Get It Thug Motivation 101.
The stones in the watch, yeah, they match the chain. New Jordans on his feet, Snowman's the name.
That same year, Gucci Mane was readying his debut album, Trap House, which featured a collaboration with Jeezy titled Icy.
Cause we icing, so icing, we icing, so icing.
Then, apparently without warning and without paying Jeezy, the song would be the subject of royalty disputes when it appeared on Gucci's album. This conflict quickly escalated to a deadly point when Gucci was the focus of a home invasion that left one Jeezy associate, Pookie Loc, dead. The feud continued from there. However, a shared performance on Verzuz in 2020 indicated that those two Atlanta legends still have each other's admiration.
Hey man, listen, all respect, I appreciate you for throwing out the olive branch. I accept that. No disrespect, it's all love.
Number 9, Eminem versus Benzino. There is no denying the influence that magazine The Source has historically possessed over hip-hop's meteoric rise within the public consciousness.
The Source was quickly becoming the central voice of hip-hop.
However, the founder of said magazine, Benzino, was eventually himself part of one of the art form's most brutal beefs. The opposition? None other than Eminem, who has never been shy about entering a war of words with just about anyone.
I would never claim to be no Ray Benzino, an 83-year-old fake Pacino.
Tensions rose after The Source gave M's Marshall Mathers LP negative press, resulting in a back and forth between both parties.
Respect the hood, Marshall, or the hood will take you out.
Benzino's diss track, Pull Your Skirt Up, may have been an opening volley, but Eminem's nail in the coffin proved to be a proverbial self-fulfilling prophecy for Benzino.
Don't get it twisted, yo. The Source has a white owner.
Number 8, BDP versus Juice Crew. The acronym for BDP stands for Boogie Down Productions, an early force for hip-hop greatness back in the 1980s.
Rappers like a setup, a lot of games, a lot of suckers with colorful names.
This group from the South Bronx beefed with the Queensbridge Juice Crew, headed by DJ Marley Marl. Marl and MC Shan's The Bridge helped give this feud its eventual name, the Bridge Wars, evolving over a dispute that attempted to firmly nail down the birthplace of hip-hop.
The monument is right in your face. Sit and listen for a while to the name of the place. The Bridge.
BDP's South Bronx was a callback for the ages, and pretty soon, rappers from all across New York were getting in on the action.
Remember, Bronx River, rolling thick with cool DJ Red Alert and Chuck Chill Out on the mix.
Ultimately, however, it was fans of the genre that won out, since so many of these songs went on to become stone cold classics.
And he's from
South Bronx, South Bronx.
Number 7, Lil' Kim versus Foxy Brown. There were a lot of questions on the minds of hip-hop fans back in the late 90s, but one of them almost certainly had to be who would come out on top in 1996, Lil' Kim or Foxy Brown.
Nasty girl, won't pass me the world. I push the beat, not the backseat girl.
Both were fast-rising female stars within a world that was, historically speaking, not the best in its treatment of women.
Little Kim the queen bee, so you best take heed. Shall I proceed? Yes, indeed.
Yet, here were two lady MCs following in the footsteps of giants like Roxanne Shante and MC Lyte. Would they beef? The short answer would be yes, and quite viciously at that.
The situation is, y'all chicks keep with that mystery.
These former schoolyard friends traded insults in song, while real-world bullets rang outside of the doors of New York's Hot 97, allegedly in response to a Brown diss track.
Decoy like the feds lying. You supposed to have a little bit of Bed-Stuy.
To this day, the pair still have yet to formally reconcile.
Man, I fought tooth and nail to keep the punks out of jail, but hoes wanna go to court for not paying for their nails.
Number 6, LL Cool J versus Kool Moe Dee. The entertainment world can often be like a competitive sport, in that the new blood will always rise to take place of an older guard.
Here's what my game is, here is what my aim is. A washed up rapper needs a wash up.
Kool Moe Dee is certainly a legend within the medium, and perceived the rise of LL Cool J back in the 80s with an aura of disrespect.
Cut you like a knife, cause you're nothing but hype. You slice and dice and ice twice for life.
LL, in response, didn't shy away from calling out Kool Moe Dee and defended himself against accusations that his flow and visual aesthetic had been copped from this hip-hop elder statesman.
Back for the payback, I must say that. I heard your new jam, I don't play that.
Thankfully, this rivalry didn't end up with any fatalities or anything serious of that nature. But the feud did provide LL Cool J with one of his best known hits, Mama Said Knock You Out. Number 5, Drake vs. Pusha T. Superstar rapper and one-time Degrassi actor Drake has been the subject of multiple feuds over the course of his career.
Don't push me when I'm in album mode. You're not even top 5 as far as your label talent goes.
His beef with Meek Mill was certainly notable, but it's perhaps this conflict with Pusha T that proved to be the most explosive. This was thanks primarily to Pusha T's Scorched Earth comeback track.
Drug dealing aside, ghost writing aside, let's have a heart-to-heart about your pride.
Not so much a song as it's a verbal conflagration. The story of Adidon skewered Drake with such viciousness and skill, there wasn't much else he could say in response.
You mention wedding ring like it's a bad thing. Your father walked away at 5, hell of a dad thing.
Everything from cover photos of Drake in blackface to the revelation that the Canadian actually had fathered a child in secret have become the stuff of hip-hop legend. Talk about a mic drop.
We talking character, let me keep with the facts. You are hiding a child, let that boy come home.
Number 4, Eazy-E vs. Dr. Dre. The hip-hop megaforce known as NWA burned too brightly to last, resulting in an explosive breakup that served as the smoldering embers to new feuds and rivalries.
Looking like straight bozos. I saw it coming, that's why I went solo.
One of them was a public war of words with Ice Cube. But it's perhaps the spat between Eazy-E and Dr. Dre that stoked those fires even higher.
So now it's time for the doctor to check your ass, fool.
There are allusions to Cube within the lyrics to the hit Dre Day, but the song primarily targets Eazy, while the accompanying video depicts him as a useless has-been.
So strap on your Compton hat, your lopes, and watch your back, cause you might get smoked, blow.
Eazy-E, in retaliation, used Dre's real-life association with the more glamorous and very 80s-looking group World Class Wrecking Crew as a means to expose the Doctor as a tourist to the streets, rather than a real G. Number 3, 50 Cent vs. Ja Rule. A lot of hip-hop fans of a certain age will remember where they were back in the 2000s when this legendary beef was going down.
I got the sickest vendetta when it comes to the cheddar.
It was almost comical to watch the video disses and lyrical insults hurled between 50 Cent and Ja Rule during this time, primarily because the end results were so personal.
You said you a wankster and you need to stop fronting. You go to the dealership, but you never cop nothing.
The pair have never really given up the ghost either, with memories of songs like Wanksta and Loose Change still reverberating within hip-hop's cultural zeitgeist.
It's gonna read here live 50 who snitched on minutes. The $50 that nickeled and dimed and died like penny.
Does anyone, Ja Rule or 50 Cent included, even remember what they were beefing about in the first place?
You've been hustling a long time and you ain't got nothing. Damn, homie.
Number 2, Jay-Z versus Nas. There might never be another hip-hop feud in history that's given the genre's fans such a varied embarrassment of musical riches.
Went from nasty Nas to Esco's trash. Had a spark when you started, but now you're just garbage.
That's because this beef between two industry icons, Nas and Jay-Z, was both powerful and creative, perhaps underlying how this rivalry potentially fueled both men's creativity.
I am the truest, name a rapper that I ain't influenced. Gave y'all chapters, but now I keep my eyes on the Judas.
Nas, for his part, will always be celebrated for his landmark Illmatic LP, while Jay-Z continues his reign as one of the genre's most successful entrepreneurs.
I don't know what you take me as or understand the intelligence that Jay-Z has.
This is another beef with nebulous historical evidence as to its true origins, with its legacy ultimately tying more into the music that was created during this time. Want proof? Just check out the Nas track Ether as an example of the diss track taken to a level of high art.
Nah, I'm trying to kick this you need to learn though. That ether, that make your soul burn slow.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Cardi B versus Nicki Minaj. A war of words.
Unlike a lot of these hoes, whether whack or lit, at least I can say I wrote every rap I spit.
50 Cent versus The Game. nobody's playing nice.
You trying to be funny, D-Mac cut all my money, and Jimmy robbing me, they listening probably.
Cannabis versus LL Cool J. New school meets old school. Redux.
The symbol on my arm is off limits to challenges. You holding rusty swords, I swing the Excalibur.
Ice Cube versus Common. A coastal disagreement.
Hypocrite, I'm filling out your death certificate. Slanging bean pies and St. Ives in the same sentence.
Roxanne Shante versus the real Roxanne, aka the Roxanne Wars.
Why'd you have to make a record about me? The ROXANNE.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Tupac versus Biggie. There was a laser focus brought down upon this feud between one-time friends turned into bitter rivals, Tupac Shakur and the Notorious B.I.G.
Who shot ya? Separate the weak from the opsa. Leap hard to creep them Brooklyn streets.
This feud was a wake-up call to how the fantasy of music industry artifice can sometimes possess real-world consequences. It was a beef that was more than just about Tupac versus Biggie, East versus West, or even Shakur's clash with the East Queens duo Mobb Deep. Instead, it signified hip-hop as an art form in flux, with a lot of moving parts, a lot to gain, and a lot of attention paid to all of its chess pieces.
Biggie, remember when I used to let you sleep on the couch and beg a to let you sleep in the house?
It's so tragic that the end results were two of hip-hop's leading voices silenced in their prime.
Clip detect respect, I demand it. Slip and break the 11th commandment.
Which hip-hop beef still gets you all riled up? Let us know in the comments down below.
Open up your third eye, black helicopters in the sky.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.